Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Come on in. Come on, come on, come on in. Hey, welcome, my family and my friends. Welcome to Real Talk. Thank you for listening to my thoughts. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Real Talk. Letting me share my thoughts. I'm so glad to see you again. I thank you for tuning in. But before we get started, go and start a watch party. Before we get started, go ahead and start a watch party. Oh, I'm so glad to be before you again. I'm so glad for you tuning in. Welcome, welcome. That's right. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, my families and friends. Listen to my thoughts here on Real Talk. Hello, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to Real Talk with Lady Rose, the author and creator of Read a Book. Now, if you don't know too much about Read a Book, please feel free to go to our website, which is RITTABOOK.com. RITTABOOK.com. Read a Book. Now, I want to thank you again for tuning in. And I've created this time in this space to be where I share my cares and concerns about our young people, our youth. And my subject matter basically for Real Talk is about my experience as an educator in Newark, New Jersey's public schools, and a lot that I've witnessed with our young people over the years, as with my teaching career, their experiences, and me having my challenges growing up with literacy, and even challenged this day. So my business, I want to say the business of Read a Book is not merely about income or profit. If anything, it's about building the lives and minds of our young people with literacy as the main ingredient to bring about change. That's it in a nutshell. So what really lies on my heart, based on what I've witnessed and experienced over the years in teaching, it ranges from their family drama, trials, trauma, just the stress and the test of inner city life. But the biggest thing is the mental mess, the emotional mess, that our kids are really struggling and dealing with. And a lot of them are suffering in silence. So that's the foundation of real talk. So what brings me to today's topic being the perception, right, of selective amnesia, the perspective of selective amnesia. And by definition, selective amnesia is a deficit in memory. And with this deficit in memory, the sufferer loses mental processes that are used to acquire, store, retrieve information, and be able to later retrieve that information. And it impedes their ability to retain it. Memories that are affected by selective amnesia can be repressed long enough to lead to those memories actually being erased completely. And with Black history, as my backdrop, I wanted to use the topic from the perspective of our young people. So, my friends, let's begin. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long, long, long ways from home. How easy is it to forget? How simply it is to deny and even cast aside experiences from the days of old, when there was a helping hand to hold. What happened to compassion? Where would we be if our ancestors took no actions? How do we commemorate, concentrate, and even celebrate 1 month of the year where we give honor and remembrance of sacrifices, the blood, sweat, fears, and the tears that enabled us to be here, to live, to move, breathe, and achieve what was once utterly incomprehensible, based simply upon what our ancestors believed we deserved to receive, impacting lives for multitudes of generations, from Mr. Massa's plantation, to having 2 African descendants ahead of the United Snakes of the American nation. Where are the fruits? We are the fruits of their roots. Seeds they didn't live to meet, never to greet, see, or even get to know, yet they still exist in the midst of the heavenlies, being seen in the stars aglow. So, how is it that we are able to reap and receive from a harvest where we planted no seeds? It's amazing to be able to eat at tables, sit in chairs that we were never, ever meant to share. Have we repressed the memories of our history? Is that why to our youth, Black history is such a mystery? Are we no longer impressed, so we regress? Have we? repressed our history for so long that we're erasing memories completely, along with the attainability of our children reaching their destinies. Why don't, tell me, why don't they want to listen? Why won't they pay attention? How come they're so unmotivated to feed their own need to read? Don't they know that it was once against the law to learn? And if caught, you'll be hung alive and burned. Truth be told, our ancestors would be ashamed to see the mockery of their hard-fisted fights for the rights of democracy. We cannot keep living bountifully neglectful of the needs of our present-day posterity that solely and wholly depended on government-funded charities. How great are our disparities? It's a hypocrisy to preach about the stress, struggles, and strain for all of what has been gained and how we overcame our chains just to wrap them around our brains, living enslaved with our children's lives depraved. We're talking, walking, marching for progress. And yeah, we got the Senate and we even won Congress. But what does it even mean when our children are living nightmares in lieu of fulfilling their dreams, building their lives on lies, being deceived? They're angry and they're getting madder and madder on conditions that they have no control over, and they're sadder and sadder, screaming, "Do I even matter? My life's a disaster." All of our neighbors are gone for good, and it is widely understood we're all living in the hood, hoodwinked by virtue of how we think. Could it be the current cultural climate of this modern day society where being fashionable is more admirable than what's actually truly valuable? Our ancestors knew that being knowledgeable meant being powerful. That's why, to capitalists, our ignorance is the catalyst for them being so profitable. You guys don't want to believe it? You don't want to receive it? So tell me why crime is so high. Why is teenage pregnancy on the rise? Tell me if you know why literacy skills are so low and our children are not slow. Ignorance. Ignorance is the muck and mire in the form of fire, burning away all of our children's hopes, ambitions, visions, and desires. Ignorance erodes our children's significance as we forfeit our inheritance. When did kids raising themselves begin? Why at age 5 only on themselves can they depend? How come at 9 he's trying to find ways for days for him and his 2 little sisters to survive? And whatever happened to our dignity and our pride whenever we would walk outside? Come on. What happened to the stride of our confidence and consciousness? Instead of excessive spending on nothing but our behinds. Instead of investing in our minds only to find that beauty fades, baby, in time. Presently, in this day and age, ask yourself, where are our actions of compassion? Why don't we see what we were taught to believe, live and speak about Black history, regarding the power of our solidarity that Black historians teach? What's up with us being so comfy and cozy, taking back seats. When there's a need for your strength and for your wisdom to these young people to be released. Jesus. Is it because our kids are in your home and they are all grown? Or maybe you have no babies and you're living alone. Where would we be if not for those who celebrate annually? Where are our attitudes for gratitude, for the refuge from slavery, or the marches that were led by those that suffer, died, and bled? Where would we be if not for those we celebrate annually? Our history hands awarded us and others with a chance to advance that wouldn't even exist had our ancestors not persist. We celebrate our history's greatest achievement with recognition for their success under extremely most horrific conditions. But what about today? Where are our paths being paved? Or from our course, did we just stray? Unlike our forefathers and mothers that remained determined to make a way, in spite of the danger and the disdain. Their loss is our gain. Whoever said it was time to retire, whoever said it is a big, fat, bold-faced, narcissistic liar. What will our children's history say 20, 40, 60 years from now? What will be their legacy of Black history? What would even be recognized? And it's that thought right there that hurts my heart and makes my soul cry. How can we honestly say that our children are really our future when so many of us suffer from selective amnesia? I hope you were listening. I hope you got something from that. There's just one last thing I want to say. If we don't want to see the destinies of our children dead, if we don't want to see the destinies of our children dead, then by any and all means, we got to put knowledge in their heads. We're supposed to stand firm and support them having better lives than us. Good lives, where they're edified with enriched lives, fortified and empowered. Otherwise, by the enemy of ignorance, they will, without a shadow of a doubt, be devoured. So are we going to represent and get them empowered? Or by the enemy of ignorance, they be devoured, period. I believe that it is on us to do it and to see it with intentionality, sparing them is with intentionality that we need to spare them for the harsh realities of life's brutality when you don't, when you won't, and you can't read. So let's honor Black history and feed that need. And I just, I want to thank you guys for your time. I really needed to get that off my chest. But I really believe if we're going to celebrate Black history for real, then let's make it. Let's make some changes so that when our kids come of age, they'll have something powerful and something that fills them with pride to say. Okay? So, like I said, I thank you for your attention and your time. And I thank you for allowing me to share mine. And I bid you peace, love, and an abundance of blessings. And whatever you do, make sure you feed your need to read. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being tuned in with me today. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday on purpose. God bless you.